Hello everyone, there's a time and date. It's almost 11 o'clock on Saturday, October 26, 2013, and this is going to be my first ever computer build. And right here, let's take a look at the system I'll be building today. We'll see. Let's take a look right here. It's valued at around $1,100 without any discounts. And with discounts, I only paid about $900. Got the processor as a gift though. We have here some ballistic 16GB memory from Crucial, ordered off Amazon. Then from Newegg we have Chronos solid state drive, SATA 3, 240GB. And this one was $150. The memory was $120. We have this Roseville USB 2.0 internal 3.5-inch card reader, $20. We have the processor, separate unboxing video for it. And this is the Core i7 LG1150 socket, and it's a 4770K model, $330. Down here in this big box, we have the Asus GeForce GTX 650 with Ti Boost 2GB GDDR5 memory, overclock edition. This costs $150 with some discounts, so it's like $130. Right here is the heavy power service unit, PSU power supply, and the G series 550 watt. It has a 80+ gold rating from Seasonic. Cost $84, $10 rebates, only $75 for this. Over here we have the Gigabyte Z87X UD4H motherboard. USB 3.0, a bunch of cool stuff on here. Cost only $165 with rebate. Over here we have the Asus DVD drive. This is just a standard DVD drive. Let me see the model here. This is going to be just the DVD burn DRW24B1ST from Asus currently. Top rated DVD drive at Newegg.com, only $17. Good value for that. Then coming over here we have the Glow Line case from Roseville. Case costs $50. And it's a black case, has 4 fans, allow honeycomb design. There's a manual. And this is what we're going to be putting it in. And right there is the 3.5-inch card reader. So, let's start building it. Hello guys, there's the time and date. This is the first update on the computer. And let's take a look at how the computer progress is going. It's been about 45 minutes since I have started. You can see I have already installed the CD-DVD drive and the 3.5-inch SD card reader, and I have also just put the solid state drive on the chassis to mount it. Let's do a close-up. Here's the Asus DVD drive right there, and there's the front panel. And there's a 3.5-inch one. It has screws, the 3.5-inch. That's toolless. That one has screws. I had to mount it inside. Let's try to move this around. Get a better look in there. There are the drives. You can see that's mounted on a 5.25-inch to 3.5-inch converter that they already gave me. And down here I'm going to install this one, toolless, on this one right here. So let's take it off. The same to the other side. Let's just slide it in. Okay, I got it. Let's put this toolless one back. Lock it and do the same on the other side. Okay everyone, there's another update. It's almost 1 o'clock. We're almost ready to install the CPU, but before we do that, we put in the power supply and we've tried to test it, but it doesn't work because you need to connect it to the motherboard. The fans, that is. So we got the case pretty much set up until we install the motherboard. So the motherboard, the first step is to install the CPU. This arm is usually down on this other side. So to remove it, say it's usually down like this. Whoops. So just pull back and up, and it'll lift, and then use that tab. And there is the inside of the CPU. So let's install it now. There's the CPU. Hold it from the sides and align it with the notches. There, I see the notches. So now just drop it in place. Don't touch the top because you're going to put the cooler on it. It looks good right now, so now we'll just close it. See, the user manual says the same there. And close the CPU just the same way that you opened it. And you can leave the cover on during that process. Okay, so when you put it down, it says there the plastic protective cover may pop off. That is normal. Yep, there went the plastic cover. There we go. Now it is locked. Now let's install CPU cooler. I'm gonna install this now. There's white thermal paste on it, so just align the holes once you unwrap. Now just push down on each push pin. You should hear a click. Check the other side. Looks like it's okay. Yep, all of them came through. And now it's secure, and then you connect CPU fan. Well, when we're back again, there is the time and date is 13/14. And we're going to install the memory. It's really simple to install the memory. I'm going to use this ballistics one by Crucial. It has a heatsink on it. And this is 16GB DDR3 1600 MHz RAM. Runs at 1.5 volts. It's PC 12,800. Make sure to hold it by the heatsink or just the chips that are there. See, it has a little bit of a heatsink. And it's really simple. Pins only line up one way. You see right here on the motherboard, this makes use of dual channel memory. If you have only two, you're going to want to insert your memory on these different colored ones. So we're just going to install it on the gray colored. Really simple to install. Yep, there it lines up. There we go. You have to push it in hard. And the memory is in now. There's a time and date. Almost 3 hours have elapsed, and I have temporarily plugged it in to make sure everything works. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Let me give you a view. It's going to show post codes on the motherboard, and this button over here works, but we're going to use this one over here. See, when it has power, it turns orange. There's a post code right there. One beep, it just goes to BIOS, but still it means everything's working. See, there's all the LEDs. Keep in mind, whenever you connect the LEDs, everyone needs to connect to the motherboard via the 3-pin connector. Supplemental CPU power, there's a CPU. And there's main power. Here's the front port. Let's say I connected this light. That's connected to, that's connected to the front USB, and the front USB 3.0, all these ports should be working. And this drive even pops out. And there's another fan, it blows up. And these fans suck air in and blow it out through the case. They look in the camera like they're purple violet, but they're really blue. So look inside, the SSD's working. So let's power it off and let's try to put it inside of the case. See, this button's working. Just a quick update. It is now 14:16, approximately 3 hours after we started. And we're installing the last screw. As you can see, the motherboard is there, and everything's in place. So I have to do the cables, connect the cables in a little bit. Okay, there's the time and date. We're back from 30-minute lunch break. We got back around 10-20 minutes ago, and we put this motherboard inside of the case. We have to remove the fan though. But it's in the case now, so we're going to start routing the cables. Because it's pretty nice fit, it's pretty snug. So you might want to consider, this is a mid-tower, you might want to consider getting a full tower a little bit, like about 6 inches higher. But it's just the height that you really need, maybe a few more inches wider. But yeah, it seems a nice fit and it looks good. So we're going to connect the cables and I'm going to show you what it looks like then. Okay, we're back. We have finished wiring everything. Everything's hooked up to the power and data and everything. So we're ready to close it up. So let's take a final look before we close it up. Here's the back. Here's a better look at the back. There's a power supply. Here are the PCIe slots. PCI slots, expansion slots. And you can see right here, they're just breakaways. Although they did include some spares just in case you accidentally broke them away. And they do screw back on. You can see right there, screw holes. I don't know why they didn't just install all of them like that. It's kind of odd. But anyways, there's a look inside. There's the Intel fan. Let me move this thing around. But let's take a last look at the back first. Haven't really got to see this part. There's just the cables. There's the back of the CPU. So now let's turn it around. Here's the side there where you've been able to see. We moved the fan to the second bay because in here, supplemental CPU power cable blocked it. See, the profile's kind of large, and then there's a fan header that goes to this fan, and then the fan header there. Whoops, took that away. A DVD drive, memory. There's a main power. We used all the tie wraps there. There's the SSD. Once we do the initial boot up with the monitor, we're going to put the graphics card that on the GTX 650 in. So let's check to see how this portion right here with just integrated graphics will work when we go to the BIOS. Okay everyone, there is the time and date, and we've taken like about a 4-hour break from building the computer. We ended at 4 o'clock. We just got back at 19:30. So I moved it over here. So let's boot it up and go into the BIOS. Hit delete. Delete. There we go. And there's a BIOS. And it's full screen, 1080p. It's pretty cool. Oh, you have to use this mouse. The mouse is really sensitive. Okay, so we're gonna boot from the CD drive. Then we hit F2 so I can go into keyboard mode. There's the old style BIOS. System, BIOS features, peripherals, power management. We're going to go ahead and save and exit. Let's see. Should be restarting. Oh, there we go. The fan just spun backwards. Okay, so we're gonna insert boot media. Okay, we're gonna put in Windows 8. Okay, and press a key. Oh look, there's a Windows logo. Okay, it finally popped up. Here's Windows setup. Looks a lot like Windows 7. English, United States. Install now. Looks like it's VGA resolution. Nope, it's 1080. Enter the product key, which I won't show on camera. And let's see after this screen. Software license now. Going to accept. Oh look, there's a new scroll bar. Upgrade. Oh, don't want to upgrade. Okay, so it's doing that, so I'll show you another video once it finishes. Here's the time and date, it's almost 2020, and we are up to the personalization screen. Oh, Ron doesn't recognize this. Unfortunately, we ran into some problems, so we have to reset the PC. It's almost 9:30. I installed Windows 8 by accidentally booted to the operating system again when I wasn't supposed to. And I don't know about that, if that was the reason that caused it. But the keyboard didn't work, and when I tried to plug it back in from the front to the back, the system just like turned off and would not turn on. There was no power going through the power unit to make that light orange for about 5 minutes. So I tried it again, same thing happened, so I finally had to go into the recovery mode and tell it to reset. So I was wiping the hard drive and it's taking a while, 34% only. So let's hope it does something. Another update will be coming soon once that is finished. Hello guys, we're back, we're finally setting it up. It's 22:11. Walk you through a little bit of the setup process here. It's working again. Sign in to your PC. Let's create username administrator. Let me skip this part because I have to type. Okay, it says here it's installing. Move your mouse into any corner. I guess you can't do anything right now. Let's start. Okay, here we are. Start menu. Let me connect the network and then we'll pick up from there. Well guys, we're back for the finishing part of the computer installation. Part 2, getting Windows 8 set up. We're going to do 8.1 upgrade in a little bit, probably tomorrow. There's a time and date. It's 22:30 and the total elapsed time from start to finish, including time I wasn't working on it, has been 11 hours and 30 minutes. I started at 11 a.m. and it's almost 11 p.m. And the total time working on it, I spent 4 hours just building the computer and 3 hours doing the operating system. Like a whole hour was spent just waiting for it to reset itself and uninstall and reinstall. So I really didn't spend that much time, only a total of about 5 to 6 hours working on it. Only 4 hours building. It's pretty simple, except the Windows had a hiccup on it. I accidentally booted from the DVD drive once, and then when it was booting up again, reboot, it was going to reboot to the hard drive, solid state drive, that it already installed a small portion of it on it, but I accidentally rebooted back to the DVD and it kind of tried to install it again, but only half the files or something got in there, so it wasn't working. So now I'm installing drivers. We got internet, and it's on Windows 8 Pro, which I'm going to upgrade to 8.1. So that's going to be it for part 1. Check the link down below for part 2. Thanks for watching, everyone.